Hey everybody, it's Mr. Delusive. Today I'm going through all the stuff I've been working on since the last devblog, which was pretty recent, but I'm going back to recording every Monday, so yeah, there's not as much to show off as the last one, so this one might be a bit quicker, but yeah, still a little bit. Like one of the first things I've added since the last video is the difficulty, and that only changes at the moment the enemy ship damage. So if we say go very hard or one hit, it multiplies the damage, the base damage by a certain amount. Like I think one hit is 10 times, very hard is 2.5, and you can even go to easy, which halves the damage they do. I was going to add as well, change to the enemy ship health, but I haven't done that just yet because I was thinking it might just add a lot to the grind. Instead of difficulty by changing the enemy ship health. Like say I have one hit, it updates the damage or multiplies their damage by 10. If I do the same for health, their starting health can be like 1,000, and yeah, that's gonna just take too long. Even if it's like 2.5 maybe health multiplier, but we'll see what happens. So for this I'll set the difficulty to very hard to show off the damage change, and then that's pretty much this. That's all I've added for that. I've missed a few things which I saw before, just in positioning when the resolution changes, just like the bug you saw in the other video. So we'll just delete that one. And that's another one. That error message isn't disappearing. So I find all the bugs when I'm recording, never when I'm doing anything. So another thing you might have noticed is that loading screen. So I've added a loading screen now. So it's just pretty much a splash screen with this loading. Please wait. And since the last video as well, I finished most of the core stuff for the star map. So I've added, it shows your current location. You can select where you want to go. So say we want to go to Delusia 3, you see the target come up here. This is pretty much most of how the star map will work. The difference will be the positioning of all the locations will be different. The background is going to be the proper star map. And what I'm going to do once I go back to this is probably just make up a crappy paint style background for now with all the proper positioning. So then I make that image, put all these locations in the proper location, and then once I go to the better looking background, I won't have to move anything, it'll just be all there ready to go. So yeah, this is all working. You have your destination and you can select and so on. So that's all I'm not going to touch for a little while. I've also added the character info just with a bit of basic info. That's easy to add more and more, so I'm leaving that at what it is for now. It's just to get it out there. And I've also started working on the missions, which look similar to the marketplace. But in this section here, you'll have current missions, and all your missions, it's like your quest list, and then available missions will come up here with descriptions and everything. But this is what I've been trying to figure out since last night, is how I want to go about it. And that's, yeah, I want to make sure it's done properly. And after I've finished this, that's pretty much the core of the UI done, and all this back stuff, and gonna finally start on the interesting stuff. All that will be left is the skill tree, which I haven't even started on, but I already know what I want to do for that, and that's probably going to be one of the last things I add to the game, because that's dependent on all the functionality being there first. So that's going to be there in the end. So I've also, other than that, I've just been fixing up a few things I missed, cleaning up the code. Like I moved all the sounds to now a sound manager, class, and that's all handled properly now, which I should have done earlier before I've done the brunt of the UI, but it doesn't matter, it's still neater anyway. So yeah, that's that. And now I'll show off how the maps are a bit different. So I've added the maps for this location and this location, as well the asteroid belt. So how it works is you have your location, so Delusia 1, and then you set your destination, Delusia 3, and that sends it to a route string. So it's like the string says Delusia 1 to Delusia 3, and then in the code it says if the string contains two, in this case it's say to Delusia 3, then it shows the route. So it's depending the route on the target destination, which I might change anyway because I'm having it warp away, so it might be dependent on the start location instead. But yeah, like I said, the gameplay is all it's gonna get changed heaps. So I'll just launch, and here I have this temporary background, and it's temporary because it doesn't tile properly. I've just added a few asteroids here just to show off the differences. But if you run this at a higher resolution, you'll see it doesn't tile properly. But yeah, how these maps play anyway, it's not going to be the final. Like all the enemies are just panning downward. But once I start working on this, there's going to be, I will add a movement physics system as well. The enemy ships are going to move erratically, so they're not just going to be moving downward, they're going to be moving, say, a bit left and right, especially the enemy ships, like the Vipersec ships. They'll be, say, coming from the top left and moving in a diagonal or an S pattern, and that'll give more variance to their movement, and there'll be more enemies, and the background will be more interesting. It's not just going to be that one background image just tiled. So yeah, and this is one of the new planets that I've worked on, the Delusia 3. It's kind of like a gas giant. So that's pretty much all for this location. You can still go into the marketplace. You don't have access to the cargo bay, just like Delusia 2, and you've got your market here. Oh, that was another thing I have to show off. I think I didn't finish the ship hangar since, yeah, that's right. So yeah, this is one location. Then we can fly to another. Let's go to Delusia 4. So I have made a change, I think. Oh, that's right, yeah, one. So here you could see the damage is higher because I've got it on very high. So if we take a bit of damage there, but yeah, they take the damage to save. And I've also now added just this when you run out of money, and this isn't the final functionality, but yeah, it's just like your death sequence, but I'm just having it warp out, and it warps to the actual location you're going, so that's not how it's going to play out anyway. So yeah, this is another planet, just another different look, a bit of variance on the planet looks, and the final. So this is kind of, the asteroid belts are easy because there's not much I have to do with the asteroid belts. I just have to add a whole bunch of different asteroids. And with the asteroid belts, so you have your destination at the asteroid belt, but when you warp away, it'll come back to Delusia 4. I've just set it at Delusia 4 for now because there's no real dock. I haven't put a dock port for the asteroid belts just yet. Well, that's something I haven't tested. I forgot to repair. So I guess if you leave it at 0, it'll just warp you straight out. Well, that's interesting. But yeah, a lot of this is still temporary functionality. So let's just repair. Did that play the sound? And did I forget to put that one? Yeah. I'll just write that down. So forget that one as well. Repair. Button. I think I just didn't add the sound to the sound manager class. Sound. Yeah. So we'll just leave it at that. So now that we're repaired, we can fly to the asteroid belt. So yeah, here we can see on this one there's 3 different enemy types. There's this asteroid, this one, and this one. Big one. Oh, the sounds are gone. Funny. Hang on, let's hear this. This is weird. So the sound manager class is playing up a bit. I think it's got to have something to do with maybe I'm unloading them or something. But yeah, so as well you've got the same loot tables or similar loot tables than the other asteroids, but as well another change is the ViperSec ships. They have a lower drop rate. So I've changed that now that I've got my asteroid belt and I've got like my cheat. Oh, it's playing all the wrong sounds. Oh my god, what the hell? This is weird. So if we go back to Delusia 1, I'll show off the last thing, and that is the ship buying and selling. Is it playing the right sound now? No. Why is it doing that? What the? This is weird. Anyway. Got to have something to do with the sound instance manager. So I'm not playing that sound either. So yeah, this has been finished and added. Ship market. So you can buy ships and also sell, but we don't have any available ships to sell. We've only got our active ship, so you can't sell your active ship. So if we say we buy Confidence, that's another thing. Returns equipped items, not when you buy. Right, so here we see it adds it to here, and we can change to the ship just like normal. Flies in. I fixed the fly in as well. It doesn't fly up here anymore. It flies to the proper. And let's change. Actually, before I do that, I'll show you. You can. Do we have? No weapons. Alright, you can actually change the items that you have on it, and then you sell it, and it remembers those items were on it, and then it brings those items back into your inventory. So say we change back to the Needler, and we sell the Confidence. If you see here, we go to Cargo Bay, we don't have anything, but once we sell that Confidence, we'll get all those items. So we got it specials, the shields and engines, and yeah, the gun. So yeah, like that's another. So if we switch to the flak cannon here, and we buy another, let's just buy another Needler. So we buy that. We switch to this Needler, So the other one had 2 Vulcans in the flak. This one's just got the 3 Vulcans. So if we go to Cargo Bay, we should have 4 guns after we sell this one, and one of them being the flak. So we look, there it is. And yeah, so that's all working properly now. You can buy and sell ships. Just a few minor things like that text there, the returns doesn't need to be displayed. And yeah, you can buy as many ships as you want, even if they're duplicates. I mean, I'm not sure why you'd want 2 of the same ships the way the game is, but you have that option. You put the flak. Yeah, like the prices as well, they're not final, because you can buy ships and then sell the weapons to get most of your money back. So if we sell that, you know. Yeah, so many things I still have to change, and I never see it until the bloody Devblog videos. But I think that was it. That's everything that I've been working on. So yeah, for now, what's next is to fix all those problems like the sound manager. Why? I'm not sure. It's not working properly, but have to figure something out. The missions is next, and then I'll be working on the gameplay. And that will be it for this video, guys. For the next video, hopefully I can show off the missions list and the new gameplay and all these sounds fixed. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.